What's up, people? Today I am reviewing the Rexing V1P Pro Dash Cam. We are going to be mounting this real quick. It's not going to be pretty. We're just going to put the front camera up front. We're going to run the wire right to the back, mount the rear camera, and then we're going to show you some footage. We'll talk about the app. I already downloaded the app. I already have it connected. It's been out of the box once already. And we'll go through some of the functions that it has. But first, let's just take it out and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm also giving this camera away at the end of the week. I'm going to do some testing, some reviewing, and then I'm going to give it away at the end of the week. And I'll talk about that at the end of this video, how to enter. All right, so here's the main camera. Take this out. This is the main unit. Looks like this, okay? It also has this front-facing camera that, once you mount it, you can actually move the camera around if it's off a little bit, or if you want a better angle, you could do that. On one side, you've got a external GPS plug, and also, I think that's the power. That's the rear-facing camera port. And then on the other side, you have power and your micro SD card, okay? Right now, there's a 64 gigabyte micro SD card in there, and I have the camera set up to loop record 1-minute intervals. I took the little plastic cover off of the lens, so there's no glare or anything, but I left the LCD plastic cover on, so whoever gets this, if you want to take that off, you'll see it right there in the top of your corner. You can peel that off. All right, let's take the other parts out of the box. So that's what the box looks like after you open it. Here's the mount. Okay, now it comes with multiple pieces of 3M tape. Can you grab one to show you? Okay, there's a whole bunch of them. And of course, you're going to peel one side off, put it on there, and then mount this. However, I'm not going to be using that today. I've got this other stuff here. I wish I knew the name of this tape, but I've got this really thick double-sided tape that will hold anything. But the best part is I can take it off and it won't leave any residue. And you know what? For this test, that's what we're going to use. That's why when I give this away at the end of the week, whoever gets this camera will still have the 3M tape. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide this on like so. Click it in place. And then I'm going to add one of the pieces, just this temporary double-sided adhesive that I have. Just like that. Okay. So that's set up. Let's take a look at the rear-facing camera before we plug this in. Now this also has the 3M tape already on it. I'm not going to use that, but that's the camera. You can turn it. It clicks different ways. The one thing I noticed right away, okay, I don't know if you can see the side frame of it, is that you can't mount this flush on like a rear hatch on glass, because when you turn the camera, as you can see sideways, that, I'm trying to get a better angle, it would touch the glass. So you're left to mount this on, unless you want to put a couple, a buffer in place to come out like this so you can actually get it to mount on the glass. I think that would be something that this company may want to look into. They may want to extend this out a little bit. So yeah, I mean, that's just one thing I noticed. It. Rear hatches like this, especially on the Jeep Grand Cherokee, if you mount it flush, as you can see, you can't put the camera straight. So that's one thing they may want to look into in the future, is to just extend it a little bit. Other than that, I kind of like, well, it looks like it'll go flush. Now it looks like you can mount it flat like this, but here's the problem: if it's on an angle, it'll touch. You see that? It's got to have a little bit more room. It also comes with all your cables. It comes with a trim tool that you can use to tuck it in around your headliner, around the door jambs. Very handy tool. Lots of cable. The cable is long enough to reach all the way to the back, all the way around the headliner, around the floor. Whichever direction you decide to go with this, it will reach. There's plenty of room. You also get these little wire guides. You see that? Gives you some wire guides. There's a manual in here. They've got some business cards. Here's the cable. Which one's this? All right, this is the long cable for the rear-facing camera, and this is the actual power cable. You can buy an external battery. There are a couple companies that make them for parking mode, or if you just want to leave this run constantly. Let's see. All right, that's pretty much all that's in the box here. So let's set this up. Let's take some footage. But first, let's take a look at both the app and what the screen looks like. All right, we're going to plug in the camera. We're going to power it up. I'm going to show you some of the functions, okay? So let's plug in the power here. And as soon as I plug it in, it's going to go live. All right, now that we plugged it in, it's going to power up. And it's going to immediately start recording. There we go. All right. As you can see, I'm going to adjust the camera with my finger. You can move it around. You can adjust it. But that's what it looks like. When you plug in the rear-facing camera, it'll be a picture-in-picture. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see another box, and that'll show you the rear-facing camera. But I want to show you how to cycle through some of the functions. So here's your menu button. I'm going to press the menu button. All right. Oh, first we got to turn on. It's actually recording. I forgot to turn the recording off. So you want to press and stop the record button. All right. It's not recording anymore. Now you can press the menu button. There you go. And your left and right keys right here, we can cycle through. You got everything in here. You got date stamp, record audio. You can adjust your EV exposure. All right. WDR, not 100% sure what that is. Loop recording, it's either 1 minute or 3 minutes. Resolution. Let's show you what type of resolution it has. Press the OK button to get into resolution. And we'll cycle through and show you what type of resolution this thing has. So I had it at 1080p 30, all the way down to 720 60, 720 30, full HD 30 and 30. And that's your highest setting right there, 2160 at 24, and also 1440 30. It also has 1080p 60. That's what I had it set to right there. We'll press OK to select. And now we're good to go. Now if you press the menu button again, oops, there we go. Now you can turn on the Wi-Fi, change the date stamp, auto power off, device sound, language, frequency, screensaver, daylight savings, a GPS speed limit, or speed unit, excuse me, set date and time, and format. Most important, you're going to need to use that button right there to format whatever SD card you put on and default settings. That's the version. Let's go into the Wi-Fi and I'll show you the app now. All right, so we're going to turn Wi-Fi to on, and then the camera's going to tell you that the Wi-Fi is on. There's the Wi-Fi and there's the password. Let's put this down for a second. And you want to connect to that. See where it says NVT? That's the one you want to select to. It's NVT_card. It'll be at the top once it connects. Okay. And now we can go into the camera. Now the camera app is called Rexing Connect, and it looks like this right here. Okay, you see that? What I'm going to do next, and you'll be able to follow along in the corner of your screen, I'll be able to talk about some of the things I like and some of the things I don't like about this app. I'm going to screen record this whole session so you can see it. So let's start the screen recorder. All right, now that the screen recorder is on, let's open up the Rexing Connect, and in the corner of your screen, you'll be able to follow along. We're opening it up now. You want to press the big connect button right in the middle, and now it's going to connect to the camera. You're going to be able to see in the top corner, it's recording, and I'll show you. All right, you can see that it's recording. It's actually on. It's recording me. See that? Let's check the audio right out of the camera real fast. This is the audio out of the camera. Check 1 2 1 2. Check check. There you go. You turn it around. We don't want to record. We want to stop recording. So we'll press stop. I like the setup. I like how the app actually looks right off the bat. However, I want to show you something. So let's click, go into videos. I'm going to see an issue right away. At the top of the screen, at the very top of the screen, I'll have an arrow pointing to it right now. You can't see the full portion of the app. I can't even get to it. I can click on it. I don't even know what it says because it doesn't show. And let me show you what happens when I go to download one of these clips. Let me just pick one here real fast. I'm going to do one where we're driving. Okay, so here, let me just select this one. This is 1907-16. All right, oops. Press and hold. Now there's a little blue check mark on it. How do you download it? You can barely see at the bottom of your screen. There's an arrow facing. See that little arrow that you can barely see that arrow? There's an arrow, a delete button, and a back button. You gotta barely touch that with your finger. It's hard to do. And now at the top of the screen, you can see that it's downloading by that little blue bar. I like the way the app is set up, but I really don't like the fact that it doesn't fit the iPhone screen. I don't know. This needs some work. Okay, but overall, it's a pretty good start. If they can fix that and get everything to fit on the screen, I think this would be a pretty decent app. We're downloading this this one clip right now, which I'm going to show you here in a second. Just takes a few minutes. Now this is right off of the camera's Wi-Fi direct connection. All right, now that when it's finished, you see how there's a little blue tells you it was downloaded by a little blue thing. I think they could change that a little bit, probably make that a little bit better. That's from the front-facing camera. Let's download the rear-facing clip so I can play both clips for you. Start downloading that one. All right, we're just finishing up. Now we've got both clips downloaded. So the one thing I think they could do better is to make this fit on the screen. Let's back out of here. We could go into settings. It starts recording again as soon as you go on that screen. You got to push stop. You can take pictures. We're going to go into settings. Password is pretty simple. It's set up. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I got audio recording set, date stamp, 1 minute. I've got the gravity sensor set to low. Resolution is 1080/60. You can format the card. Tells you everything in the settings. Let's go back out. Now, once I close that, once I get out of the app, you go right to my pictures. Right there. Both of them are downloaded. You can see all the other nonsense I have in there, but both are right in your photo, right in your picture roll, whatever you want to call it. So now let's play both of those clips for you. You can see what type of quality you get from this camera. Let's check this out. Let's go with the front one first. So that was the front clip. That was the first 1 minute clip from the front. And let's show you the rear. that was the rear. The quality's pretty darn good. I am actually impressed with the quality. At night, it doesn't work as well as I would like. Let me show you the front. The front's not too bad. Here's a clip from at night. And now, here's a clip from the rear-facing camera through a tinted glass at night. I was parked. I just want to show you this. It's actually pretty dark. Check this out. As you can see, the night sensor probably isn't as good as it should be, but it's not bad for the price point. It's a pretty decent camera for what you're getting, and you know, I'm actually kind of upset that I'm giving it away now to one of you guys and girls, because I like the camera. I would want to make this a side-facing camera for protection. It's recording again. So the one other issue I found is, look, see, it's connected to Wi-Fi. Let me stop the recording. And even when I close the app completely, let me close everything down. Let me close out everything. You can see it's still on there. It still shows you that the Wi-Fi is showing. Let me go into here, see if I can turn it off. Nothing I do, nothing seems to work. When I press power off and then power back on, the Wi-Fi is still connected. There's nothing, none of these buttons seem to turn off. Well, it starts recording again, but Wi-Fi is on. Press and hold. Nothing seems to. Oh, I pressed and held the power button. Let's see if that did it. Oop. I don't know. Pressing and holding the power button seemed to have turned this off. Alright, I guess we're going to have to unpower it and then power back up. Alright, now it's back on. It's one little issue I had with that, trying to get the Wi-Fi to turn off. I didn't want the Wi-Fi on or on the screen constantly, and that was the one issue that I ran into. Again, it starts right up, starts recording. Really good camera. They need to just work on their app. And also a couple of, like I said, that little issue. Maybe I missed it in the manual, but the app is pretty much the only issue I had with it. It's a nice camera. Pretty solid built. It feels solid. Doesn't feel cheap. It's made out of plastic. It's lightweight, but it's not like, it doesn't feel flimsy, you know. Pretty decent build. And so far, the quality of the videos is pretty decent. So, all right, that's all I have. This is my review of the Rexing V1P Pro. There are a couple things I could not test, like what temperature does it shut off like it says. But let me show you the box one last time. You can see this, screenshot that, you can take a look at that. And then on the back, you can pause your screen, you can take a look at everything that it tells you right here. We will be giving this away this coming Sunday, and how to enter, you gotta be in one of my live chats. If you're a member of my, if you follow me already, you already know what I'm doing. And if you're just coming new, hurry up and get into the live chat, say hi, and you'll be registered. Make sure you subscribe. That's it. If you have any questions for me, shoot me a message below. Do me a favor, hit that like button and the little bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our live chats. Last but not least, please subscribe down here in the bottom. That helps me out the most. And you guys and girls be safe. That's all I got. I'm out.